Hello Muskogee Nation of Oklahoma, welcome to the Culinary Kitchen. This is Chef Jason of Native Chef LLC. Today we're going to be doing a really fun and easy recipe called Dijon Sauce pork chops with balsamic green beans and almonds. Really easy one, really fun one. We're going to do some techniques like roasting the almonds to give them a little bit extra flavor and work on plating and make it look nice. And I'm using whole green beans instead of opening a can or getting them frozen. That's what we're going to be using is whole green beans. So everything's in front of me, everything's ready to go. Got the shopping done, and next up we're just going to look at what we need to do, and there's some prep time involved with this one, and mainly it's going to be these beans. What we have to take the ends off, so we want to start doing that right away first, and just gonna have a great time. I so much appreciate you watching this video, and I hope you learned something from it and have fun watching. Thanks again, and we'll just get started. Like I said, the first thing we need to do is kind of prep our green beans, and what we want to do is get rid of these stems here on the outside. We want to get rid of those, and I avoid cutting them. Only because if you cut in too much into these beans, you'll lose the inner beans into the dish, and I want to keep those ends. So I'm just going to take time and take the ends off, and it takes a little bit, but anytime you're handling fresh green beans, it's well worth it at the end. Next up, before I get to the meat, I'm going to toast our almonds, and really adds a good flavor. So just take a small saute pan, and you got to stay with them, kind of stir them a little bit, but there's natural oils in these that will kind of come out, and you'll start smelling this great smell from them. It's going to make the room smell really great, and pretty easy step to do. It just takes a couple minutes to do, but make sure you stay with them and don't burn them because they're a little bit pricey. So we'll just brown them toast them really good. And then after a couple minutes, you'll see it goes quick. That's why you got to keep with it. They're very easy to burn, so just keep an eye on them, and then we have them nice and toasted, and we'll use this later on. Next up, we're going to season our pork chops, and these are center cut pork chops. I just added salt and pepper and granulated garlic together. We'll make a little mix of that, and take time to take some of this fat off. These are really lean, and so I didn't have to take too much off, but these are about 1/2 inch thick, and so once you get rid of some of that, you want to leave some of it, but don't leave all of it. We'll just season this really good on both sides with this salt, pepper, and granulated garlic mixture. Next up, we're going to mix a sauce together, and this will be for basting the pork chops when we're cooking them. So I'm going to add some Dijon mustard, some brown sugar, some apple juice, and some soy sauce. And we'll get this mixed together, and it'll be waiting on us whenever we're ready to baste our pork chops. We're going to see our pork chops now, and you got to be careful with this technique I'm showing you, but you want a pan that's medium-high heat, and the way I test that is I put my hand here about 2 inches above, and if I can only hold it there for about 5 seconds, that's what I'm looking for. And also the pan will kind of start shimmering smoke. So I'm going to add about a tablespoon of oil here. I'm going to coat the pan really good. We want to sear these, cook these on one side for about 3 to 4 minutes, depending on your heat. They're not that thick, they're only 1/2 inch thick, and then once you put them in the pan, use a pan with a cover. We're going to cover them, we're going to trap that moisture that's escaping, and we're going to create a pressure cooker. So basically, it's going to cook quicker than if we would cook it without a cover. And now after about 3 minutes, I'm going to flip these, and they should have this nice color on them. And then we want to put some of our Dijon sauce on there. You can baste it or use a spoon. I'm just going to use a spoon. I'm going to add some of this sauce right on top. And then we'll cover it again and we'll let it go for about another 3 minutes. And after about 3 minutes, we'll remove our chops and we'll put them on the plate here. That's okay if you knock off some of that sauce, because we're going to add some more later anyways. What we'll do now is we'll add our beans right away. Add the beans and we'll cover and we'll let them cook for about 3 minutes. And next up, we'll stir these really good. Give them a good stir. And then we'll pour our balsamic vinegar right on top. And we'll let them cook another 3 minutes or so covered. And then after about 3 minutes, I just took the cover off. They're nice and they still got a nice bite to them. I don't like really mushy, overcooked green beans, and they're nicely coated with the balsamic vinegar. So we'll add a little salt and pepper here and give them a good toss, and then we'll work on plating. So what we'll do here is we'll take a serving of our balsamic green beans and we'll kind of lay them horizontally together like that. And then we'll take one of our pork chops and then lay it up against the green beans. And then we'll add a little bit more of this sauce, Dijon sauce, and kind of garnish with it as well. And then lastly, we'll take some of our toasted almonds and put them right on top of the beans and some on the bottom of the plate, make it look nice. Some takeaways from this recipe, probably one of the biggest ones is not overcooking your meats. And USDA, I believe, I have to double check, but USDA has lowered it to 145 for pork loin. So these pork chops really only have to be cooked up to 145. And a lot of people make the mistake of thinking it's like chicken and they take it to 165, 170, 180. And they're really tough when you do that. You cooked out a lot of the moisture and they're really hard to chew. I had part of one of these 4 that I cooked and it's just juicy, tender, it's perfect. And it really tastes great with that Dijon mustard sauce. And the green beans, they got a crisp. You can almost break them and hear them snap. That's important. You know, you want personally, I want a little bite with my beans. A lot of times you just see them cooked to just smash them. There's no bite at all. So just not overcooking your veggies. Taking a time to like toast the almonds is a nice touch. It doesn't take long, just takes about a minute or 2 on a high heat, but you really have to be careful and watch it. So what I tell people is you can always take the pan off and on the heat, right? We're always in control. We can lower the heat by picking it up and we can increase it by taking it down. So just be with them and stir them. And overall, just a really fun and easy recipe. Great for diabetics. It's a low carb, you know, high vegetable, great protein dish. So had a great time. I'm so thankful that you took the time to watch today's video, and I'm going to go ahead and finish this for a quick lunch here and get cleaned up. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you again to the Muskogee Nation of Oklahoma for allowing me to present from my home. I sure appreciate it. I love these videos. Until I see you in the next video, take care and stay safe out there. Miigwech.